What's up, superstars? On today's video, we're going to be unboxing and checking out a brand new cutter that we just picked up from Amazon. So if you're in the market for a DTF cutter, this might be the cutter that you've been missing. So what we're going to be unboxing today is a Dahle 554 cutter. It's a 28-inch cutter. We've been using the Rototrim 30-inch cutter for about 3 years now. It's a great cutter. It is quite expensive at $374. So we wanted to find something that's a little bit cheaper at $193 and something that also solves some issues that we had with this Rototrim. Now, this is not a comparison video, so you want to stay tuned for that video. This is just an unboxing, and we're going to go ahead and show you guys the ins and outs of this new trim cutter. All right, so let's go ahead and go for the unboxing. All right, huge box, but you've got a slim box right inside. It is big, it is 28 inches. What we're looking for with a cutter is something that would fit at least a 24-inch, since that's the DTF gang sheet size that we use. They have various sizes. So as far as the sizes, it comes in 5 different sizes. You got a 14, you got a 20-inch, 28-inch, and a 37-inch. So we went ahead and opted for the 28-inch. Now I am carrying this with one hand because it is only 15 pounds, so it's not super heavy. It's made from metal, plastic, as well as aluminum. It's about 5 pounds lighter than the Rototrim. This one is magnetic and it holds the film down if you need to. Even on the previous Rototrim, we hardly use this because we actually cut our film backwards and we didn't really want to scratch the surface of the transfers. So that's the reason why we don't do that. So let's go ahead and move this aside right here. Let's take this out. Again, the 554. You got your measurements here. I'm going to go ahead and use this sample DTF gang sheet that we built to show you how this works. Before I get this cut, let me just go over briefly what the measurements are. So it is 37 inches in length, it is 15.13 inches, and it is 3.38 inches in height. So it doesn't take up a huge amount of footprint, very, very light. So far, this seems pretty smooth. Now, one of the main things that I like about this is, I'll show you guys in a second. So we just load this up. You don't have to worry about what side you're using the blade because it actually cuts on both angles. The Rototrim, the issue we had with that is it can only go one way. But this one, you're able to actually use both sides of the blade, so you're able to go back and forth. You don't have to actually realign it every single time. We've had so many instances where we were cutting with the Rototrim and we accidentally pushed it the other way and it will scrunch up the print and the design and it would mess things up. So that's one of the major things I did not like about the Rototrim besides the pricing. So let's go ahead and show you guys how this works. We're going to be cutting for the very first time. Now it's super easy to use where you just align the cutter all the way to the end right here. You're just kind of making sure that it clears the design that you're seeing there. And once that's set, you just grab that and then you're able to cut. Pretty smooth, pretty flawless. Now let's go ahead and do another one. Again, what you're doing is you're just making sure that this is aligned. So I already cut 3 so far. Let's say you want to start on this edge. We're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to just go ahead and move it, and we're going to use this side to align. And then see, it cuts both directions. And I'm going to go ahead and leave the blade on that side. So as you guys can see, it starts to go pretty quickly once you have a gist and hang of it. And it's really important to be cutting straight, and that's why we use a cutter, because if your cuts are straight, your transfer is going to be easier to align, and that's the main thing. I've seen people hand cut things, and when it's hand cut, it's never ever even, and just the design being slightly off, it makes a big difference, especially when you're talking about a circular design. So once that's set, I'm just going to go ahead and collect these transfers right here, and I believe you can cut about 20 sheets at once, so it's pretty effective. I'm just going to line this up, making sure that all the print lines are on one side. Okay, so I have about 6 sheets right here. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and flip the color bar on that side. All right, just like that, you've got all your transfers cut. This is already a stack of probably like 2, 3, 4.
One eternity later.
22, 23, 24. So I've got already 24 cut. That barely took any time to do. They're nice and even and straight, easy to align. Basically, once you get to this point, you can easily just fold it. Boom, do a little quick crease. You've got the center point of the transfer. Very easy to use. You've got more of a precise placement on your transfers. So that's what we think about this so far. If you guys have used this cutter or a different type of cutter, we'd also like to know, because we'd like to test it out as well. But so far, this one looks pretty good. It's only $193. Since we're in the market to add one, we can actually buy 2 of these for the price of the Rototrim. So stay tuned for that video where I actually compare this side to side and you guys can see for yourself which one you guys like. My name is Phil. I'll catch you guys on that next one.